Hello, Al pals. This is Big Al, and welcome to Big Al Presents a Bill and Ted film review. And be forewarned, I will be giving out some spoilers. Uh, yeah, I can't really tell you the ultimate feeling I had about this film without presenting the spoilers. Uh, I usually don't, but in this case, I kind of have to. So, if you don't want to know the major reveals in this film, turn this video off now. Come back to it later. I hope you enjoy um, my film review. Otherwise, uh, I will say that most of you are used to sunny like everything. Al, uh, there are some clouds ahead, so be forewarned. Again with that. But right now, let's get to Bill and Ted Face the Music. That's right. I watched this. Uh, there are, like most films, some good, some bad. Basic setup is that many years in the future, Bill and Ted still have not written the song that unifies future society and brings peace and prosperity, like Rufus told them. So, what are they up to? Well, they're still hard at work trying to write the song that's going to make them the idols of the future, and it's just not working for them. But they are, for the most part, happy. They're married to their princesses, and they have two lovely daughters. Oh, wait a minute, daughters? Did you say? But I thought they had little Bill and little Ted. Well, maybe they had other kids, right? No, unfortunately, they say they originally wrote this part for boys, and I can believe it because these characters really don't work as male or female, but more about that later. But they do have little Billy and little Thea. Uh, Billy, of course, is Ted's daughter, who he named after, of course, his friend Bill, and Bill has Thea, who is named after Ted, of course, who are just like their dads. Love music. Now, when they popped up in this film, I started to get a little bad feeling. More on that later. The best part of this movie, though, and the part I really enjoyed, was the adventures of Bill and Ted. Of course, Bill and Ted are once again brought to the future and found out you boys have not written that song yet. You better get on it because reality's about to fall in on itself because you haven't done what you're supposed to do. And the future leaders, oh wow, look at that. They're all women. Ooh, the alarm clock's going off. Yeah, they're all women. That's all I'm going to say. But I will say, I enjoy Holland Taylor as an actress. And, she usually plays kind of smarmy, villainous type characters very well. And she did it here. Although her reasoning is severely flawed, a lot of what she plans is just kind of counterproductive. So Bill and Ted once more have to take the phone booth, which they steal. It was on display with a hologram of Rufus explaining that, yes, this is the exact telephone booth that Bill and Ted went back in time to do what they needed to do to pass history. And it was a great callback to use some old footage, and it was very, very good to see Rufus again. Bill and Ted go into the future and decide to get the song from themselves. They only have 78 minutes before the universe pretty much just collapses in on itself. So they have 78 minutes to save the world with the song. They have no clue what this song is. So they think, who will have the song but their future selves? So they start naming various versions of their future selves, including a themselves in jail because of something they did when they met them a couple of years earlier than this. Uh, the future us's, as Bill and Ted call them. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed Bill and Ted facing off with their future us's. It's very reminiscent of their evil robot us's from Bogus Journey. But, Alex and Keanu play very well off of Alex and Keanu. So I got to give them credit for that. Another great part of this film is we get to meet Death again. Death, as we all remember from Bogus Journey, kind of split from Wild Stallions to go off on his own and kind of ended up in a little controversy. Although they don't bring back the lip syncing controversy that they talked about. And here it was that when he left the band, he tried to take the name Wild Stallions with him, and of course, Bill and Ted sued them. But the weakest aspect of this film, and the part that just really didn't work, was Little Bill and Little Ted. A lot of people are having issue with the fact that the writers went woke and brought in girls instead of the boys. Their explanation, they wrote it as boys, and they just saw them as basically doing, acting like Bill and Ted, and it just didn't work. Well, you know what? To write them as girls acting as Bill and Ted still didn't work. I will still say Bridget Lundy Payne as Little Billy, Ted's daughter. Of course, she looks just like him there. Looks just like a female Keanu Reeves. And Samara Weaving as Little Thea. They're fine actresses, but they were given nothing really to work with, and they really looked uncomfortable actually in the role. So, but their storyline is they go back in time with the time machine that they borrow from Kelly, Rufus's daughter, who is trying to head off an exterminator that the future people sent after Bill and Ted because they think if they kill Bill and Ted, maybe they can save the future. No, that was the flawed reasoning I talked about earlier. But yeah, the two daughters go back in time and find Jimi Hendrix, Louis Armstrong, Mozart, and some Chinese female flautist I've never heard of, and some prehistoric female drummer beating on skins. I don't know where they got that one from, but they bring them to be part of the band because they think, we need a great band. Maybe that'll help our dads. They truly love their dads and want to help their dads. But it just, it just was uninteresting. I will say the guy playing Jimi Hendrix and Louis Armstrong were very good. I'm not sure who they are, but they were pretty good. Ultimately, Bill and Ted Face the Music it's two films. It's Bill and Ted and it's Billy and Thea. But the absolute sin this movie had the gall to pull is that two movies and decades later, we've all been believing Bill and Ted create the song that saves the world and unites humanity. Put the brakes on. Nope. It's the daughters. They realize when they go to the future and meet their dying in a nursing home selves, Bill and Ted put two and two together and realize it's not us, it's our daughters. So, yes, they couldn't help it. They had to give all the credit for saving the universe to the girls. Now, I wouldn't have minded if they helped or something like that. I didn't even mind that they made them girls so much, but they gave all the credit that we have been led to believe was Bill and Ted, and gave it to the girls at the last minute, literally the last 10 minutes of the film. They hit us with this. And I think ultimately that left the bad taste in my mouth. Up until now, it was an uneven film that I could have given, a fairly positive review about. I enjoyed some of it. I didn't enjoy some of it, but when they pulled this, it was like, a slap in the face. And to the super fans, it was a kick in the, pardon my language, nuts. Or whatever vital part of your body hurts the most when it gets hit. Because that's exactly what it felt like they did. Whatever they thought they were doing, it was wrong. They shouldn't have done it. And it really did kind of ruin the movie for me. It's taken any rewatchability of the film away. I don't want to watch it again. Up until the end, I was like, I might watch it one or two more times. It is the weakest of the three by far. Of course, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is an absolute classic. Bogus Journey is a classic. This happened. And now we're stuck with it. And it's just, it's the last season of Game of Thrones. It's the Star Wars sequel trilogy. It's everything that people have been upset about the last several years. Here you go. They've done it to Bill and Ted. If you're a super fan and you listen to the spoilers and you haven't watched it, you were trying to decide, I rarely say don't watch a film, but if you're a super fan, don't watch this film. You'll just get upset. If you're a casual viewer, don't really care. Like some joke. There's some good jokes in here. Like I said, Keanu and Alex, great together. Bill and Ted and their future us's are a lot of fun. But the girl storyline just kills it. There's another storyline that they hardly do anything with, where the wives go back and go through time to see different versions of their husbands to decide if they want to stay married to them. And it's pretty much kind of just glossed over. They decide, we like you the way you are, we're going to stay with you. It just, a lot of missed opportunities. So, I know I'm usually sunny, happy-go-lucky Al and can put a good spin on it. This is as good a spin as I can put on it. Some of you might like it. You might. There are some parts of it that are fun. But the ending just left such a bitter taste in my mouth because they had to take the heroes and give their heroic moment to the daughters. And it was unearned. They were poorly written characters anyway. Some people like to use the term Mary Sue. They wouldn't even marry Sue because they really weren't in the film long enough. You could barely tell which one was which, unless you realize the one that looked like Keanu Reeves was the other one's daughter. That's how you gotta remember. But ultimately, I have to give this film a very hesitant, sad, from the bottom of my heart, thumbs down. I usually don't do the thumbs thing, but that's, I don't know, just thought of it at the moment. I do need a rating system. I've said that before, and I still haven't come up with one. I'll figure it out one day. But yeah, Bill and Ted have faced the music, my friends, and the song was terrible. It may have united reality in the film, But the reality truly is this film is, at best, very uneven, and at worst, a kick in the nuts to all the fandom. So be forewarned, see it at your own risk, or if you do disagree with me, that's fine. I may watch it again in a year or two. I really don't want to watch it again anytime soon. But I hope if you do watch it, you have a better feeling about it than I did. Like I said, the positives: Bill and Ted, death, Rufus's daughter. Everything else, kind of a letdown. And of course, the big reveal, the biggest letdown of all. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Find a good movie out there and enjoy. Take care.